Hello, welcome to this video. Got a nice little setup coming on the United States dollar Japanese yen. This is for our range trading tactics. Now, as we can see, as we speak about in our trading system for the range trader, you can see the Bollinger Bands have come down to a nice flat level over the past 20 or so hours because of this consolidation period from here all the way to here. Now, this average of 160 hours has made the Bollinger Bands consolidate to these levels. So the first thing we're going to do right now is just draw in the support and resistance lines just defined by the Bollinger Bands. You probably don't need them, but I like to add them anyway. So that's the range that we're going to trade from. So the keys of trading in a range is buy at the bottom, sell at the top. As you can see here, we've got a nice engulfing bullish candle, just bounced off the bottom Bollinger Bands, and in turn it's a support level as well, just a little bit shy of it. But I did notice a little bit earlier that on the bottom of this candle right here, that's a support level as well, and as you can see, the candle has just bounced off that nicely. These candles never actually closed below that support level, although they did spike through it a little bit, so that could have been a false spring just before it bounced up to the top of the range. So how do we trade this? Well, at the end of the hour close, it's 15:46 right now, and you can see the candle's pretty large actually. It's probably about 40 pips right now, 39.40. Plus you would need to leave a stop slightly below that. So I'm actually going to tie this into another video, and I'm not going to place a trade on the top of the hour. I'm going to tie this video in with minimizing risk. So I'll give a brief explanation of what I'm going to do. After we have a close and it's confirmed that it is a nice bullish candle, I'll wait for a little bit of a retracement. I want to get in at a full position size, so the current price for that would be 118.28. That's the very bottom of the candle. So I'm going to leave my stop just below the 118.20, so I'm going to leave it 10 pips below. So I would need a retracement to, well, it's probably not going to retrace all that way. Next step would be get in on a 50% retracement. So that level is 118.58. So right here. So we're actually going to go for a slightly larger stop, which would be around 39 pips. We'll just make it a nice round 40, and the profit potential is the top of the range, so we're looking at 80 pips. So that's a 1-to-1, sorry, 2-to-1, and I'll take that nicely. I'm not going to place a hard to take profit on this level. Just looking at the, I'll just clear these charts. And as you can see, although we are in a sideways market and I've marked the template as a range trade, the moving average is angled up slightly. The 100 Bollinger Band on the daily chart is still angled up nicely. So I'm going to take it as a guess. But if I get a candlestick formation off the top Bollinger Band, I will exit the trade manually, not on a take profit. But I expect the price to maybe try and pierce through this and continue on upwards. And we all know what happens after a range, the lack of volatility. Usually we have an increase in volatility, which means we'll have a nice move after it. And usually the move is defined by the length of the range, so we can see this here. So I expect the move to be this sort of length. If not, definitely the top of the last move, which is 108 pips away from the top of the range, and around 190 pips, 180 pips away from our entry price. So I'll place a take profit on the top of this. I'll be watching the price when it comes to the top here, and I'll just do a manual trailing stop. So when the price gets up to here, I'll move my stops to break even, and then every time the market moves up, comes back for a little correction, makes a new high, I'll move the stop loss up to the new level. I'll need to break this down to a few videos, so if you bear with us, and if you can look at the minimizing risk video, you'll see the entry that I'm going to place on this trade. Okay, so this is what we look for on the range trading. It doesn't come about all the time, but when you do spot these Bollinger Bands nice and flat, and the moving average is nice and flat, it's a nice opportunity for you to get in the right conditions. Okay, so we'll see how it goes on that video. Go to the minimizing risk in that's in the basics of Forex, but I might post a copy up on the T20 system as well. So I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.